Modem we have discussed, and hubs and switches also we have discussed. Types of network done: local area network, wide area network. Okay, so we have to start from here. Networking architecture.
Network architecture, client-server network, peer-to-peer network. Client-server network. It is a network where several computers called clients or workstations are connected to the main computer called the server. A server is a computer that provides services to clients and controls access to hardware, software, and other resources. Clients are the computers which require services like data retrieval, storage, etc. from the server. Peer-to-peer network. Peer-to-peer is a network where a few computers having equal capacity and capabilities are connected together to use the resources available on the network. In peer-to-peer network, there is no central server. Instead, each computer can act as a
So here in peer-to-peer networking, we don't have any server computer or we don't have any central computer. So all the computers can directly contact with each other. They can directly communicate with each other. If suppose this is system 1 and this is system 6, they can they can directly communicate with each other because they are having a direct connection with each other. So the message don't need to pass it from system 2, then system 3, then system 4, and so on. They can directly transfer the files from each other. This happens in peer-to-peer networking. In our school, if I'll talk about our school local area network, the school local area network, we have peer-to-peer networking in which I can send any file from the senior computer lab system to junior computer lab system, any system of junior computer lab, and similarly vice versa. From any computer of junior computer lab, I can send a file to the reception system also. So this type of networking is peer to peer. But to access that system, because as I want to transfer a file from junior computer lab to reception system, then I must be aware of the password of login ID and password of the reception system. Then only I can transfer. And what happens in a client server network, in client server network, we have a central system that is known as a server system, using which only all the systems are communicating with each other. Like this network, this LAN is also having in our school. The Tata Edge system is a client server network where we have a server in the Tata Edge room. Like if suppose I have saved something in 10th A system and I want to send the same files to 10th B system, I cannot send it directly. What I need to, I can transfer it to server first, then the server is shared with the 10th B system also, then I can access it from the server in 10th B class. It means all the data I have to save it, whichever I want to share in all the systems, that I have to save it in the server system only. Means if the server is not working properly, then the whole network is corrupted. If sometimes server is down, then you cannot access all the systems or you cannot transfer the system. The individual standalone systems will work. आपकी class का system work करेगा, but you cannot access the content from the server system. Clear? So this happens in client and server networking. Shashank is having doubt in wide area network. Wide area network is basically the internet we are using, in which all the systems of the whole universe are connected with each other. All the banks are connected, all the we are connecting with the Google company and we are sharing the files. How we are sharing the files? Like suppose if I'm searching something and that file gets searched into the computer of Google system and now they are presenting it in front of me after my search, it means I'm taking some files from the Google system. So this is wide area network where all the systems throughout the world are connected with each other. Okay, now let us move forward after the architecture.
from the server. Peer-to-peer network. Peer-to-peer is a network where a few computers having equal capacity and capability. Peer-to-peer network, there is no. Let's discuss on network topologies. Network topology refers to the layout in which various components of a network like nodes, links, peripherals, etc. are connected and communicated with each other. Topology can either be physical or logical. Physical.
Okay, there are few queries. Mansi is asking, so ma'am, which system is more secure, peer-to-peer or client server? Uh, if I, because peer-to-peer network, Mansi, it is possible only in a small organization. If I'm talking about the complete world, then peer-to-peer networking is not possible. I cannot transfer the data or transfer the file directly to some other country or to some other university. That can be done only with the help of client and server system, with the help of Google only, because they are having the server system of Google in their company. All the data is getting stored over there, and then we are accessing the files from there. So client server system is possible. This type of architect is possible for a big organization or for the whole country, but not possible for a small organization. Means, sorry, it is possible, client server is possible in a small organization, but peer to peer is not possible for a large area, because otherwise we have to connect so many wires with every other system. If I'm having 100 systems and each systems has to connect it by 99 other systems, there will be a bulk of wires, and which will be very confusing ki which system is connected to which other system and which is left. So it is not possible for a large organization. And if we talk about the security feature, then obviously peer-to-peer is more secure, because here we need the ID and password, login ID and password for every system to access the files from there. Okay, Mayank is asking, ma'am, can we, if server has allowed to give or given permission, can we access the files from the server system? Yes, if a server has allowed without any password, then you can access the files to from the server system. There is no issue. Like we are accessing the files from the Tata Edge system in our classes without using any ID and password. So it totally depends upon the permission of the server. Now, what is network topologies? Network topology is the physical layout कि आपकी organization में how you are connecting the system, how you are connecting one system to another system, how many wires you are using. Are you just connecting them? Are you just connecting every system with every other system, or are you connecting in a particular format? So what is the physical layout of the network, how one system is connected with each other? So that is topology.
Like nodes, links, peripherals, etc. are connected and communicated with each other. Topology can either be physical or logical. Physical topology is the physical layout of nodes, workstations, and cables in the network, whereas logical topology is the way information flows between different components. Network topologies are categorized into the following basic types. Point-to-point. Point-to-point topology is the simplest form of network structure in which
point to point, you can assume this type of topology structure is again feasible only in a small organization, where we need to connect every system with every other system directly. If I'm having 100 systems in my organization, I cannot have a connection of single system with 99 other wires. So this type of topology is not possible for a large organization. But if I have a 20 systems only, then each system can have get connected to the 19 other systems. So that is possible in that case. So point to point topology means in which every system is directly connected to every other system.
two nodes are directly connected to each other. This type of network is most suitable for small areas where computers are in close proximity. This technology provides a faster and reliable connection. Bus topology. This topology uses single communication line or one main cable to which all nodes are directly connected.
Now here, what is the difference between point-to-point topology and bus topology? What was happening in point-to-point topology, like suppose this is system 1, it is directly connected with system 2, and system 2 is directly connected with system 3. But here they are not directly connected. They are getting connected with the help of this common line or the common wire, which we call bus in the terms of topology. We call it bus. Now all the systems are getting connected with bus to get connected to other system. Only bus topology we are using in our school, in which all the systems are connected with each other. Now what happens in bus topology, suppose this is system 1 and this is system 3, and
The main cable acts as a button.
at a particular time, if system 1 is sending a message to system 3, at the same time, suppose this is system 4 and this is system 5, at the same time system 4 cannot send a message to system 5 because bus can carry a single message at a time. So it means if the bus is full, you cannot transfer the message at that time. So for it depends upon first come first served. If this has raised the hand first, then first his query or his message will be delivered, and then after that, if 4 has raised the hand, then fourth computer message will be delivered later. So it totally depend on FIFO rule, that is first come first served. फर्स्ट कम फर्स्ट आउट, जो पहले मैसेज को भेजेगा उसका पहले मैसेज ट्रांसफर हो जाएगा, एंड वंस द ट्रांसमिशन विल बी कंप्लीट, देन ओनली द अदर computer can transfer the message. This happens in bus topology where all the systems are connected with the help of a single wire that is known as bus.
Backbone for the network. It transmits data only in one direction. In this type of structure, one of the computers in the network acts as a computer server that provides data to all the clients.
Okay, Shambhavi is asking that which is the better one, a point-to-point or bus topology. If I'll talk about the number of lines or the number of connections I require to get connected, then bus topology is better, because in bus topology I have to connect all the systems with a single wire. But in point to point, I require, suppose if I have 50 computers, then I require 49 other lines for a single computer, then 49 other lines for the next computer, and so on. The wiring cost will increase. So bus topology is the better option. And Mansi is saying that if a single wire using which you are transferring the data throughout, that wire will get damaged, that the whole system will be affected. Yes, definitely. Then the whole system will get affected, and nobody will be able to transfer the data from one system to another if the wire will get corrupted. But if one system will get corrupted, then no issue will be faced if you don't want to transfer the data to that system.
This topology is used in small networks where cable requirement is relatively small. One of the disadvantages of such types of network is that if the main cable fails, the entire network becomes unstable. For this reason, this type of topology is not used for large networks, such as the
Now every topology comes under a architecture. अब इनमें से ये this you have to decide कि वो कौन से architecture में आ रही है. First we have done point to point topology, that was a part of peer-to-peer network. Now next is bus topology, that is also a part of peer-to-peer network because we don't have any server system here. So topology are just the examples of architecture. You cannot differentiate between point-to-point topology and bus topology, because like if I'll say ki peer-to-peer network is a country, and bus topology is a part of that country. So you cannot differentiate between a country and the part of that country.
those covering an entire building. Star topology. In star topology, each device is connected to a central computer using a point-to-point connection. The central server acts as a hub. Devices communicate across the network by passing data through this hub. Star topology is very popular because the startup cost is low. It is easy to add a new device to the network as only one cable is required and configuration is simple. Moreover, the network is robust. If any one connection in the network fails, the other connections remain intact. But if the central hub fails, the entire network goes down. Ring topology. In ring topology,
So
the point-to-point
what happens
connection.
in the star topology? We were having a central hub. Now this is an example of server, client and server, because here we are having a central hub. It is no more point to point. It is like, it works like a central hub. Now if system 1 wants to communicate with system 2, then first the message has to go to hub, and then hub will pass it to 2. So all the systems are not directly connected. It means it's a part of client and server architecture.
The central server acts as a hub. In ring topology, all the nodes in the network are connected in a circular manner. Each node connects to exactly two other nodes, forming a single continuous path.
Now, ring topology is also an example of peer-to-peer net architecture, because here all the systems are connected. All the systems are connected with the help of with every next
The other
system
connections
only.
remain intact. But if the central hub fails, the entire network goes down. Ring topology. In ring topology,
now if system 1 can communicate here with only next two system which are adjacent to it, either on the right hand side or on the left hand side, but it cannot directly send the message to system number 4. If this is system number 1, this is system number 2, and this is system number 3, and this is 4, then it can pass the message to 2 and 3 directly, but not to 4. If it wants to send message to system number 4, first it has to go through system number 1, 2 or 3, and then 2 or 3 will pass the message to system number 4. So here we have again, it works like a client and server, but here we don't have any server. So it can be a mixture of point to point and a client server architect.
all the nodes in the network are connected in a circular manner. Each node connects to exactly two other nodes, forming a single continuous pathway for signals. When one node sends message to the other node, which is not adjacent to it, data travels through all the intermediate nodes until it reaches its final destination. Ring topologies are used in both LAN and WAN setups. The main disadvantages of this topology is that if one workstation goes down, the entire network gets affected. Since data being transferred over the network has to pass through each workstation, this makes it slower than star topology. Tree topology. Tree topology.
In tree topology, we have a hierarchical like structure where we are making many different servers, and that servers or that hubs are passing the messages to the next level of systems. Like here, this is suppose level 1 system, and if you want to pass the message to level 1 system, then only you will be able to pass to the next level of systems. So this is type of hierarchical structure in which first the message has to go to the parent, and then only message will be delivered to the child of that system. So this is an example of client server only.
Is one of the most common network setups that consists of a group of star-figured workstations connected to a linear bus backbone cable.
Now, according to this, we can have like in junior computer lab, we can have one server system, and in senior computer lab, we can have one server system, and in library, we can have one server system. Now, 3 server systems are directly connected with each other, but with the rest of the rooms, with the rest of the systems of the room are not directly connected with the systems of the other lab. So if I want to transfer a message from junior computer lab to senior computer lab, then first I will pass it to server, then server will pass it to the server of the senior computer lab, and then the server of senior computer lab will pass it to rest of the systems of the lab. So this is how it works. Now in this case, if a server will get down or get damaged, then the whole system or the whole network of systems which are connected with the server, they will get affected and they will not get the message.
In tree topology, one star network is connected to the other star networks. In a tree network, a cable failure in one of the star network will isolate only the workstation that is linked to the central computer of that star network, whereas all other workstations will continue to function normally. If a central computer goes down, the entire workstations connected to it will suffer either degraded performance or complete failure. But rest of the network will continue to function normally. In case the bus gets damaged, it causes disruption in the entire network. In the tree topology, expansion of network is possible and easy, but maintenance becomes difficult. Mesh topology. In mesh network topology, each node is connected to every other node in the network.
This is exactly same as peer-to-peer network, where all the systems are directly connected with each other, and there is nothing in between. So this is mesh topology, and this is again, it is feasible only for a small group of computers.
In this topology, every node not only sends its own signals but also relays data from other nodes. This type of topology can handle a large volume of traffic. It is commonly used in wireless networks. In case if one of the component fails, there is always an alternative present so that the data transfer does not get affected. Even expansion and modifications can be done in this topology without affecting other nodes. Overall cost of this network is extremely high as compared to the other network topologies. Let's know more. Protocol.
Okay. One of the student is asking, ma'am, is there any traffic in the tree topology? In tree topology, what is happening? Like the central server is passing the message to the other system, and once the central system has passed the message to first hub, at the same time it can also pass the message to rest of the hub. So there is no traffic as compared to the others architect, or as compared to other topologies, it is lesser over here.
Presented on the screen and so on. Let me explain you that how to access a file from a shared drive. To access a file from a shared drive, follow the given steps.
Oh, you don't have to understand this. To access a file from a shared drive, you just have to know the ID and login ID and password of that system. Okay, next is networking security.
Since many users are accessing the same data, so we must ensure its proper security. Only authorized persons can access or modify data. Consider the following points.
Now, at the time of sharing the data, we also give different permissions to different systems which are connected in the network, so that they can access the data only for which they are eligible. Like I can give the permission to the all the systems of Junior Computer Lab that they can only view the file, but they cannot copy the file from the any of the system of Senior Computer Lab, or they cannot edit that file. So these types of permissions can be given to improve the security of the network. Okay, so here the networking part is over according to your book, but there is one topic left, which is and that is